Why should this family have to wait months for the Illinois State Police to do their investigation? What were the reasons for the initial pursuit of Stephen? What are the names of the officers who chased Stephen up the stairwell that day? What are the specifics as it relates to the alleged weapon that was recovered? We need to look at the forensic evidence, the DNA, the blood, the gunshot residue, the fingerprints. Eyewitnesses have told us that they saw an officer with the Chicago Police Department shoot and kill Stephen. We don't know if that's true or untrue, but what we do know is we need to find out what the truth is and find out, based on the evidence, what happened to Stephen on that day. How did the medical examiner, less than 24 hours, rule Stephen's death a suicide? That's unacceptable. Before a full investigation or any analysis, how can the medical examiner rule suicide? We haven't seen, the family has not seen a full autopsy. We need to see the autopsy report. The family wants answers, the family is demanding answers, and that's why we're all here today, to ask the city of Chicago, to ask CPD, to ask the fire department, to ask COPA, to ask others for answers to how this young man with an incredibly bright future was tragically shot and killed on August 17th. And with that, I'll turn it over to Father Michael Flager.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm not here to say what happened, but I'm here to say that there are questions, procedures, and decisions that have not been answered or explained. And both the family and the community deserve answers. First, was medical aid given to Stephen when the police or the fire department first got to him? If not, why? Secondly, if Stephen was already deceased when they found him, what is the official protocol? And was it followed on that day? I have been to crime scenes for over 40 years in the Chicago area. I have never seen a body of a victim removed so quickly.
A lot of people ask questions, and this question remains, who is Stephen? Stephen was your typical young African-American male athlete growing up on the streets of Chicago. As I stated yesterday in the interview, my family has gone through a lot of tragedies. I myself, and along with my siblings, we've lost our mother at the age of 15. And I can remember the day that we buried his mother at the age of 14. I looked my nephew in the eye and I asked him what was going through his head. Despite the circumstances, his answer to me was he now has to be a dad to his little brothers and sisters, which is Jeremiah and Julian. As I stated yesterday, a lot of people praise myself, my family, for the job they did with us, with me. I was one of the fortunate young athletes or young individuals to make it out the west side of Chicago. My nephew was better than I was. He was responsible, he was mature, funny, caring, and giving. That's who Stephen Rosenthal was. What my family does not appreciate is what's being said about his character, and our family values and morals are being questioned.
This young man that had this tragedy was not just some typical person that I read on the news. This was family to me. Deshaun is my bigger brother. We grew up on the west side with our father, Sonny Parker, and it's sad that I lost a kid to my camp that participated in my camp for 2 years. So this is really authentic to me, and this is more sad than I can explain, because my camp is based around family, and I lost a person in my family.